You got about 10 minutes, but you know, so just.
I started off living with my dad. It was just me and him at the age of 3, and he was a military man, and he was just me and him my whole life, and moved left, right, and centre. Posted every 6 months to every 12 months to a different state, different territory, different town, and it really affected me a lot because I had my father, but he wasn't there, and couldn't really make any friends or anyone at school or anything like that because there was no point, you know. In 6 months I'm leaving, you know. So I just dwelled on myself and got bullied a bit because of it, and you know, the old man started putting me in after school care and a few activities and that there to feel like that he was there, but he wasn't there, and I would have traded it all in just so he was there. You know? I haven't really realised up until late that has really affected me, and it's put a big burden on me of abandonment and worthlessness. Like, felt like I haven't been worth anything, and just getting casted out from all my family and everyone. And I started to rebel at school, started to cause fights and stuff like that, and that was the only attention that I was getting from my old man because he had to come pick me up from school. And then he would end up belting the crap out of me because he felt like he had to come out of and spend time out of his work to come and see me, and that's how it felt. And he made me move to my mum's, and I hadn't met my mum before, and I was about 13 years old then, and yeah, I was stable for a little bit, for a good year, and started hanging out with some kids at school, and they were all getting into drinks and smoking out in the backyard and having a few odd cones here and there. And I smelled it out, it was all over me, and my mum didn't believe me that I wasn't doing it, because in the back of my mind I'm thinking to myself, my old man just would kill me if I would have caught me doing this. But mum didn't believe me, and we had a bit of an intervention at my uncle's house, and they all turned around and said to me, if you want to be a big man and smoke and do all these things, here, do it in front of us. And I'd never touched it before in my life, and I felt the pressure on me, and I picked it up, and I never put it down, and drugs started taking over my life then, and I've never looked back. And then I met this girl. She loved me and cared for me, and it's something that I'd never really had before, and I didn't really know how to accept that, and I started treating her badly, and we ended up having a daughter together. And yeah, long story short, I started work as a chef straight out of school, and I was working 72 hours a week trying to support my family the best way I knew how to, and just work like my old man, you know. And I wasn't really there for my daughter. And I'd come home one night, and and walked into my daughter's room to give her a kiss and cuddle goodnight, to show her that I love her and to show her that I was there, because in the mornings when I went to work she was asleep, when I come home she was asleep. And she had passed away. I found her in a cot. She had passed away of SIDS. And for years and years I've been blaming myself and blaming myself and just eating myself up, even cursing God. Why take something so precious from me? And I didn't really know the Lord then. I just didn't understand. I just wanted some sort of comfort or some sort of closure. And at the same time as finding my daughter, I found my missus cheating with my best mate at the time. Ended up doing 4.5 years jail for it. And in jail I was alone. I didn't have family, no one writing to me, no one to see, and I had nothing and no one to come out to. And so I thrived in there. And
what year did you first go to jail?
2011.
Was that first time, and then you came?
Yeah, first time.
How long were you in there?
Yeah.
How long were you in there?
4.5.
4.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I come out to a place in a world that I didn't even know, and started getting into some heavy drugs through work and stuff like that because I found myself a job, and you know, I knew that I was better than this, and I knew I needed better, and last thing I knew, my mum and that lived down in the Sunshine Coast, down in Lismore and Ballina and that there. So I went down there and moved down there, and you know, just trying to get a job, trying to get back on my feet, trying to find my mum and that there, and I ended up finding one of my aunties, and mum didn't want anything to do with me, and no one wanted anything to do with me. I was shut out straight away. So I lived on the streets for about 6 months then, just trying to work and trying to find where I could. And then I just had enough, and I wanted to commit suicide, and I was in a dark place, and I was ready to kill myself. And you know, the hospital found me and took me to Richmond Clinic, and I met this chick in there, and I ended up moving out with her. She was an older girl, and she needed a bit of help around the house, and I started to help her around the house. And you know, I stayed away from the drugs for a while, and you know, started to get back into work, just going down a local meat shop and asking if they knew of any chef jobs. And I started working at the Richmond Hotel, and that's when I met a good friend of mine by the name of Jai, and he introduced me to drugs again, and I've never been able to get away from it, because it was my feel good, it was my escape. It made me feel like I belonged to something, to a crowd, to a group of people. And yeah, I met the mother of my son at the moment, and you know, as soon as he was born, there's something clicked to me, and I can't explain it. Well, I can explain it now. It was God. You know, he started manifesting in my life right there and then, even though I didn't know him. And he brought me to the Gold Coast to a Christian rehab, because I wanted to get clean and do the right thing for my son, because I wasn't there for my daughter, and I wanted to be there for him, but I didn't want to be there for him the way I was, because he deserved better than that. You know, give him something I never had. And you know, I found the Lord there straight away.
Praise God.
Straight away. And since then, you know, it's been a big, hard, aching 10 months. It's been crazy. It's been so painful. And honestly, if I hadn't have found God, I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own. I really wouldn't have. He saved my life. He really
Praise
did.
God.
You know, anger, that's gone. Those chains are broken. I no longer feel anger. I no longer get frustrated. I no longer feel pain or hurt or anything. I'm quite content and happy with who I am for the first time in my life. You know, the last week has been crazy as well. You know, like, there were dramas in the old rehab that I was at, because I started to get into the word, and nobody was really there in that retrospect. They were just using it as a rehab, not for what it was. And it was 6 against 1, and at the end of the day I ended up getting the boot. And I come into the discipleship house over here, and just the presence of God is just amazing.
How long have you been in the discipleship house?
Not quite a month.
Not a month yet?
Not quite.
Okay, I thought.
Thursday would be a month.
So how have you found that since you've been going there, and now you're here in the presence of other God's people, and because obviously there's people of God there, as in the ministry and that, but even coming here and other people speaking into your life, tell us 2 or 3 things that are positive and is really lifting you up. That's really.
I've found joy in it.
Yep. Wow.
I've started to rejoice in it. I've started to feel happier in myself, but at the same time, it's been painful.
Yeah.
It's really been crushing me.
Yeah.
Instead of running away from my problems, I'm actually having patience and facing on straight up, even though I know it's going to hurt.
Because God is with you.
It's going to destroy me. I'm just facing it.
Wow.
And, you know, and it's been tough. it's been a lot of tears, a lot of heartache, and you know, like I said before, if I didn't have God on my side and I didn't have the power of prayer, I couldn't have done it. Couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have done it. You know, praise God, man. Just
praise God.
I thank Him for everything, man. I thank Him for my life. I thank Him for everything. He's done so much for me.
Wow.
And I don't feel like the same person that I was
changing
10 months ago. I don't even feel like the same person I was a week ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's just day by day, He's just filling me with Word. You know, the more I get into prayer, the more I get into the Word, the more hungrier I get, but even so, the more stronger I get in myself.
Praise God.
And praise God.
Praise
man.
God.
Praise God. Man.
What happened this week? Can you just share a little bit what happened this week for 1 minute, and then we'll kind of close up. Even till tonight, I heard something happen here, and I wasn't here. What happened?
Well, all right.
Come on, brother.
Just share it. Share what happened, just in your version.
Well, at the beginning of the week, I had a friend of mine turn around and there was an altercation. Me and him were in each other's faces, ready to rumble, and that's not who I am anymore. So I put my hands behind my back and I was just going to accept it. Whatever he was ready to dish out, I was just going to accept it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what he was saying to me, I humbled myself and accepted because he wasn't wrong. He was truth, and what he was saying really hurt. But I accepted it and rejoiced over it, and that was another growth thing. You know, the anger and the fighting's no longer there anymore.
Wow,
you know,
thank you, Jesus.
And that's the fruits of the labour right there. You know what I mean? Praise God.
Thank you, Jesus.
Wow.
And then, you know, there's been a few struggles and a few chains that I've needed to break and that have been insanely difficult, and I have no idea how to do it, and had no idea how to do it. And then I had a few of my brothers last night turn around and come to intense pray. Like, it was powerful, like my brother.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I honestly don't remember it. I don't remember any of it.
Wow.
Because
He was knocked out, he was gone.
Wow.
He was gone,
You know,
literally gone.
to begin with, yeah, I can only tell you bits and pieces of what I've been told about it, you know, because I can't remember a single thing. You know, I just said to Lukey, I need to let go. I need to, this needs to happen, and it's got to come out now. I'm choosing to. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, we just finished praying over one of the other boys and seen some deliverance from him, and I witnessed it.
Yeah.
I witnessed it, and I'm like, dude, I need that. And let's go.
Let's
bro.
do it.
Praise God. Let's go. Let's bring this Holy Spirit into action. Let's go. You know,
Wow.
Let's go. And
Wow.
then from what the brothers have been telling me, I was coughing, I was crying, couldn't breathe, up in a ball and just choking, just manifesting, just shaking, and then I passed out. I passed out cold, and I woke up a couple of hours later, and I'm like, what's going on?
Wow.
What happened? Well, no, I was so shocked, I just couldn't believe what happened. And the boys have turned around and telling me, you know, dude, there was some serious deliverance. Like, praise God, he destroyed so many demons last night. And
praise the Lord.
Man, I had the best sleep.
Wow. Wow. Awesome.
Like, I haven't slept like that in years.
Praise God.
And I woke up and all the boys turn around and say to me, when you wake up first thing in the morning, you're usually drowsy, you're usually down and out, but tonight you just jump for beans, let's go, like, let's go to work, let's do this.
Wow.
And, you know, I was at a car wash today, which we do every Monday and whatnot, and I just loved it, bro. You know, even though I'm used to having a team of 5, there was only a team of two of us, and there was a bit of dramas going on between the other 2 people that were there. Didn't affect me at all, man. I did not affect me at all.
Yeah.
I was just powered on, just kept going, let's go, Jesus.
That's God, that's Jesus.
And,
praise the Lord.
I felt insane.
Praise
I felt
God.
amazing. And then tonight,
The final one.
Wow.
Thank you, Jesus.
tonight.
Thank you,
Sitting there,
Jesus.
we're praying for one of the
Thank you,
brothers,
Jesus.
Brother Zay over here. And one of my other brothers, Lukey, turned around and said he feels it on his heart that there's one of the boys that prayed for me last night and said there's still something there.
Yeah.
None of us could put a finger on what it was. Right? And then he turned around and he said, someone's got a broken heart. Someone's heart is bleeding. Someone's heart is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just looked at him and I've gone, bro, this is it. This is it. I'm letting go.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's done. I'm surrendering. I've had enough of it. I really have.
Praise
And
the
then
Lord.
everyone
Praise
just
God.
started praying for me, and yet again, I don't know what come over me, you know.
Thank you, Jesus.
I just dropped.
Yeah.
I just dropped, and
Thank you, Father.
wow,
Awesome.
Thank you, Father.
you know,
Awesome.
the heavy weights that I've been carrying on my shoulders all my life,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it. You know, the other night, you know, felt like the weight was still there,
Praise
but
God.
they were lighter. But
Yeah.
I don't feel it at
Thank
all.
you, Jesus.
I feel so humble. I feel so blessed. You know that,
Wow.
that God's in my life,
Yeah.
and you know, and He's given me what I've longed for my whole life. You know, someone to love, someone to love me,
Wow.
someone to be
God.
accepted
Amen.
by,
Amen.
someone to unconditionally. You know,
Amen.
I'm His son. You know,
Yeah.
and
Amen.
praise, oh, thank you, Father.
Yeah. Thank you,
You
Father.
know, and
Awesome.
I no longer feel abandoned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Wow.
no longer feel pain or fear
Yeah.
or anything.
Yes.
I'm ready for whatever this
Hallelujah.
world out here
Yeah.
has for me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Satan, look out.
Yeah, pretty much.
we got another soldier equipping now to get out there and dismantle your works, Satan. Be gone. My sister was saying before, we're crushing his skull with our heel, amen.
Oh,
Yes,
big
amen.
time.
And by the
Big
word of their
time.
testimony and the blood of the Lamb,
Yeah.
they overcame him, which is the devourer.
Yeah.
So we're at war, aren't we? We're at war. But now you know you've got the victory because Jesus has given you the victory and He has the battle under control, amen.
And
Amen.
I'm prepared to be on the front line of that
Amen.
war, man. Let's go.
Amen. Let's go.
You know,
Awesome.
I can't
Thank you, Jesus.
sit here and put into words on how grateful I am for how I feel and how my life is right
Awesome.
now. Like, you know, I've still got dramas, I've still got issues,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
as we all do,
Yeah.
you know. You know, trying to get back reconnected with my son and that there, you know, it's a bit of a struggle, and it's a bit of a thing, but it's getting there,
Yeah.
you know, it's going, and I'm rejoicing over it.
Amen.
I'm not scared of it, I'm not heartbroken
Yeah.
by it, I'm not anxious by it, I don't feel bad anymore, I don't feel guilt
Amen.
or shame about
That's
it.
it.
It's yesterday was yesterday, man.
That's
you know,
it.
like
Today's a new day.
That's it.
tomorrow's tomorrow, you know, it's got its own set of problems. Like
Amen.
right now.
Today's the only day to worry about, isn't
You
it?
know what I mean? Like, today's
Today's
it,
the
man.
day to be-
And, you know, let's
worry about
rejoice
tomorrow when it
in,
comes.
in God right here,
Amen.
right now, you know, every
Amen.
step of the way,
Yeah.
and
Very encouraging.
not look back, not look back
Awesome.
at all, because demons got nothing on me, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They got nothing
Awesome.
on God. Like,
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
with His strength, I've got this all
Amen.
day,
Amen.
and
Thank you, Jesus.
just praise God. Man.
Praise God. Praise God.